Alright, hello. Yeah, something a bit different. Thought I'd do a little chit-chat video, and I've called it Chewing the Fat. Basically, there's been a few things going on in my life last week or so that I think I ought to mention. Some of it Transformer related, some of it not. I just thought I'd just bung it all together into one video and just have a little rabbit about it. You could say this is kind of like Twit, This Week in Transformers from Mr. Wasp Shop, but I can't be done with plagiarising other people's YouTube community videos because I've been told off for that once already. Hey, David. Anyway, on to the first stuff. You know, after auto assembly I said I was skint, couldn't afford to buy any more bots. Well, just lately I've been doing quite a lot of overtime at work, and as a result of which, end of September I shall be getting quite a nice bonus in my wage packet, probably to the tune of about 130 quid perhaps. So with this in mind, I've bought a couple of things. Now, the last bit of overtime that I did was Friday morning from midnight till 5 AM, and I came home, went to bed, and when I got up I decided to go over to Toys R Us in Coventry. And a number of times I've gone over to the Toys R Us Superstore in Coventry, and it's just, they've got this huge massive wall of Transformers. It's got all the placards, all the posters and things on it, and all they sell there is the gimmick toys. And I thought Toys R Us was supposed to have the monopoly on the Generations line. What Generations? They've just got like gazillion slugs, a couple of Scorns, some, you know, high octane Bumblebees, and that's it. Where's the Wave 2 stuff? In fact, there wasn't any Evasion Mode Optimuses there. They just got Leader Class Grimlock, Leader Class Optimus, Voyager Grimlock, and that was it. And all the gimmick toys. And I just waste my time going over to Toys R Us in Coventry because it's just crap. It is just crap. So I left the main Age of Extinction display and went over to the other aisle where the rest of the Transformers are. And there was a few things there of interest. There was Transformers Prime Ultra Magnus, been reduced to $17.99, the Voyager one. I was looking at that and thinking, shall I get that, shall I not? And then I went round to the side and was looking, and then I found this. It's the Strafe 2-pack, the Evolution 2-pack. You get Deluxe Strafe and you get this Minicon Pterosaur that's done up in G1 colours. So I bought that because for some reason you cannot get, in my local Toys R Us, you can't get Strafe on his own. You can only get him in the 2-pack. They'd also got the new you know, the 2014 Camaro Bumblebee in a 2-pack with another smaller Bumblebee toy. So I got this, and here's the little one. It's Minicon done up in G1 colours. It's only got one head, so it's Swoop. I'm sorry, it's Swoop. It's not Strafe. But it's the second one of this mould that I've got. I got one in that 10-pack. Nice simple thing to transform. And there you go, one little pterosaur. And it makes a more fitting, a better looking pterosaur than Strafe does. Because I've had a little play with Strafe. I've got him in bot mode at the moment, and I've done this with his wings because I don't like the way you're supposed to have his wings all spread out. I think if you overlap them, you can fold them over and they kind of look like jet wings on his back. You can also put his crossbow in the top. Now, he's quite a decent enough bot, very much in keeping with the rest of the Age of Extinction ones. I mean, this isn't a review by any means, I'm just having a quick look at it. But his beast mode, his dinosaur mode is rubbish. The transformation is laughable. His legs don't fold up properly, they only sort of fold up half the way, and they're sort of dragging out the back. I mean, yes, he has got an impressive wingspan. I mean, everybody says that about, you know, a plane former or a bot former that's got, you know, large wings. Oh, it's got a huge wingspan. It's like whenever they get a car bot, they sort of go, do, you know, oh, it rolls really well. They always do that. It's like a cliche of every Transformer review you've ever seen. But anyway, you know, it's got the friction fire missile. But when you transform him into pterosaur mode, you know, you just sort of half fold up the legs. You then sort of peg his arms onto his wings, a la crucifix style, and just fold, you know, tuck his head away, fold out the twin bird heads, and away you go. And I don't know why people are just getting so excited about this figure. I think it's nowhere near as good as Scorn. Nowhere near. In fact, even makes Slug look like a decent figure. So, not that impressed with this guy, but another member of the collection all the same. So, on my way back from Toys R Us, I dropped in at what could be described as my local model store, Kits and Bits at Brandon, near Coventry, to get some paint. Now, I needed some more paint, because after my last custom paint job, I decided I wanted to do another one. And that's the reason why at Auto Assembly I bought two of these dudes. I got two of them. And this one is getting the paint treatment. So I have bought some more Humbrol enamel, gunmetal of course, some fresh stuff because my old gunmetal's getting a bit tired. And I've also got some more gunmetal, Tamiya acrylics. So when the time takes me, I'm going to be chopping off all these horrible yellow quills with a craft knife. I'm just going to slice them off, and then I'm going to splash on the gunmetal and see what he looks like after that. And a few details picked out, like, you know, the claws and the teeth in gloss white as before, and we'll see what he looks like. Hopefully, it'll be an improvement. So, on to other non-Transformer related stuff. Remember in one of my past videos I showed you these RC cars that I'd bought? Well, I've been busy building them. Here's the chassis for the Suzuki Jimny Wheelie. Love the nice blue chrome wheels and the blue and white chassis parts. It's not running at the moment. I need to get a radio to fit it. It's got the electronic speed controller and the motor, but obviously, as you can see from the steering, there's no steering servo on it at the moment. But I did earlier today order 2 radio sets from Fusion Hobbies. They're the deal sets where you get a 2.4 gigahertz stick radio, not a gun one because I like sticks, and you get the radio, the receiver, you get a steering servo, and you also get a couple of chargers, some AA batteries for the radio, and you get a new nickel metal hydride battery pack, which is what I really need. I really need some new batteries because my old ones are, well, they're old and they're mostly NiCads, so old NiCads don't tend to work particularly well. So I've ordered that earlier today, and hopefully they'll arrive later this week, and I can put radio in this and get it running. And I've also built the other car. This is the chassis for the Zahak. Again, no radio in it yet. However, I have put the brushless system into it. That was an absolute pig to get that brushless system squeezed into this car, because it is not designed to have a brushless system in it. These motor wires are way too short, The sensor wire, I had to just buy a new one because the other one, again, was way too short. The speed controller is actually supposed to be mounted over here, but because the wires are so short, I had to put it on top of the battery strap. And I don't know whether it's going to foul the body yet, but this was a bitch of a thing to build. It took me about 2.5 hours to build the other one. This probably took closer to 4.5, 5 hours to build this. And it's all these, if you look underneath, you've got all these countersunk machine screws, and you have to tap them into hard plastic by hand. And I wasn't using a, like a drill driver or anything, and it was absolutely killing my hand, driving these things in. But again, got a radio on order for this, so hopefully it'll arrive later this week. And then I've got to paint the bodies. There's the body for the Zahak, and there's the Suzuki body for the Jimny. Obviously you have to spray paint them, cut them out, put the decals on, mask out the windows, and then put the decals on, pop them on. Job's a good one. And I managed to get some paints to do them. Blue and white for the Jimny, pink and white for the Zahak. So when I get time, I'll do those. Right, where am I up to now? RC cars. Yes, haven't been to a car boot sale lately, but I did go to one yesterday, i.e. Sunday. I was up at Bury doing my volunteer labour bit, and they have a small car boot sale in the car park at Ramsbottom Station on the East Lancs Railway. So I got up nice and early, and after having breakfast I drove the short distance up to Ramsbottom, and sure enough there was the car boot sale in the car park. It's only a small car boot sale. It's only got about sort of 15-20 sellers, and it's a proper car boot sale. It's people selling second-hand junk. You don't get these people who turn up, put up a big market stall and sell brand new stuff, cheap and nasty crap. It isn't like that. So I thought, well, am I going to get lucky? I'm going to find some Transformers here. Now there was a guy who goes to this car boot sale who I'd seen, I think it was about a month ago, and he had a I think it was a Citroen Berlingo people carrier, absolutely packed to the roof with stuff. And 4 weeks ago I had a word with him, and he said he hadn't got any Transformers. Well, he had got some Transformers with him, but apparently they were buried at the bottom of his van, and he couldn't be bothered to dig it all out to find them. He said, "Oh, I've got a load of Transformers at home. I've got like brand new ones I bought for my cousins and nephews and grandsons and that, and they've never played with them." And then he said, "Oh, I bought this Optimus for 50 quid. And I thought, oh, leader class Optimus, yeah, I've already got one of those now. But anyway, he was there again. I just walked up to his stall. He didn't have any Transformer stuff out. Didn't really recognise me, even though I've spoken to him at length the time before and given him my contact details, which I don't think he's tried to contact me, but there you go. So I walked down the aisle a bit, down the car park, and then I found someone who had a stall that was selling usual junk, and they had a box at the end full of like Matchbox style cars. So I was having a route through, and I saw this. And I thought, oh, that looks like a Transformer, so I picked it up, and I thought, oh, yeah, it is a Transformer. It's got, the proper stamps on it and stuff. And I thought, oh, who's this guy? Nice little orange sports car, and how much is it? 50 pence, mate. So I bought that. And it was only till I got back to the coach, got back to my base at Bury, and got on my mobile and looked it up, and I found out this is apparently Dark of the Moon Rodimus, whether he's Rodimus Prime or just Rodimus. I think he could buy him on his own. I think he's a Scout class figure, and he came bundled as an extra figure with a 2-pack of Soundwave and Bumblebee. Very play worn. There's a lot of wear on the paint. Hasn't really got any loose joints, and of course he's supposed to have like a grey spoiler on the back, which is missing, which clips into this bar thing. But I'm quite liking this guy. He's decent enough. Nice simple transformation. Into a nice little sports car. So yeah, liking him. Then I went down to the end of the car park, and again another stall, and I saw this tangle of yellow plastic on this table, and I thought, what the hell's that? And I thought, oh god, I know what that is. Ultimate Bumblebee! Yes, Ultimate Bumblebee. It was in a semi-transformed state, sort of like half car, half robot, and I picked him up and I spent the best part of 10 minutes messing around trying to get him back into car mode. But the arms are supposed to clip inside the legs, and the legs was all, you know, sort of scrunched up, and I couldn't figure out how to separate the legs. So I sort of bought him as is, £4. Hang on a minute. All the electronics work on it. I'll turn it off because it gets annoying. Got working tail lights, working headlights. Missing two things, as I can tell. He's got a battle mask which pops out top of his head. That's missing, and he hasn't got the missile. But apart from that, £4. £4 for, again, one of the biggest bots you can buy. No, not classing the likes of, you know, Fort Max and Metroplex and Primus and Unicron, but still, £4 for a massive great bot like that. Unbelievable. It's amazing what you find at car boot sales. So that was that. That was yesterday, and when I got home, I found something had arrived in the post. My Iron Factory EX-01 Dino Armour and Rifle for FOC Grimlock. Look, no gaping void. And he's got some nice guns to put on his legs, so he's a proper tooled up Robo Dino now. And it actually gives him some heft. I mean, this thing is made out of nice, proper, chunky plastic. And when you look at the thickness that this plastic's made of, and then how thin that is, you just realise. And even though I actually got the kitchen scales out to measure exactly how much heavier it had made him, he's only like 20, 25, 30 grams heavier with all this kit on. But still, I'm liking him a lot more now than I was. I mean, I'll really give him a drubbing in my 4 Grimlocks review, but now that it's, you know, his void has been filled, and he's got a rifle now, and it transforms as well. You can have it as like shoulder wings a la G1 Grimlock, or you can have it a different way, whereby it actually transforms and they form panels on the back of his arms. But yeah, great. So that was good. And yeah, is there anything else I want to chat about? Yeah, I've been thinking about video ideas for the Transformers YouTube community. I mean, at the moment, the old Q&A videos are doing the rounds, and I'm really enjoying watching them. Stu the Mighty Grimlock has done by far the best Q&A video. I mean, brilliant, Stu. Awesome. Loved your Q&A video. It is just best one yet. You know, you bloody nailed it, mate. Some of the others are quite funny. Some of them are a bit sort of boring. And you won't catch me because I haven't got a Facebook account, so you can't ask me questions. So anyway, but I was thinking about ideas. I mean, some of you guys really sort of going into the other side of collecting, being an adult collector, asking the the questions that don't get asked about why do you like a particular figure, and and all stuff like that. But I was thinking, other ideas for videos that, and one of the ones I've come up with is character count. The character count is quite easy. Basically, you go through your entire collection and then you count up how many robots you've got for each particular character. Ipso facto, how many Optimus Primes have you got? How many Starscreams? How many Megatrons? How many Grimlocks? And you just go through your collection and then you tot up how many robots you've got for that particular character. If you've got some third-party figures that are analogues of a said character, then obviously they count towards that particular character's count. If it's a bot that isn't a Transformer, they don't count at all. That was a little idea that I come up with, character count. I've sort of done one on my collection, but I wrote it out at work and I didn't bring it home with me, so I haven't got it on me. So yeah, is that it? Is that everything I have to say? Well, there is one more thing. This is for Bubs and Mr. Excellion, Brad. As I was speaking to you at Auto Assembly, mentioned that I like a bit of anime, and you guys appreciate anime. I know Brad likes his Gundam anime, but what I like to do, I've got lots of anime series, is I usually get up about sort of 50 minutes before I go to work. And I sit down and have a cup of tea, and I usually watch 2 episodes of a cartoon series. It doesn't have to be an anime, it can be just any old cartoon series. I've got a huge collection of cartoon series, both anime and normal cartoons, and I'll just watch 2 episodes. And at the moment, the series that I am watching is this one. Battle Doll and Angelic Leia. This is volume 5, so we're only over halfway through the series. It's about some school kids who have these sort of robotic dolls that they fight in competition. It's really good. It's quite tame for an anime series. It's very light-hearted. Doesn't get all sort of bitter and twisted and evil and serious. It's quite a sensible, very sort of tame anime, but still good to watch. And I love this series because I've watched this series no end of times, and when you get to the end, you think, oh man, if they could carry on the story, they could do an awesome second series of this. They could go do so many things with it. It'd make a brilliant second series. So, but if you like your anime and you haven't given this a try, give it a go. Good little series. So yeah, that's it. That's me chewing the fat. Don't know whether you guys would like this. It was a smorgasbord of various bits and bobs. I've just thrown them in. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Oh yeah, before I sign off, again getting back to money coming my way as regards to this overtime. I've gone on to Kapow Toys and ordered a bot. I've placed an order for the Age of Extinction G1 Colors Voyager class slog. Is it the Amazon exclusive one, or should be an Amazon exclusive? I've put a pre-order in for one of those, and I also wanted to get the Lost Age Rusty Evasion Mode Optimus Prime, but he's out of stock. And I went to add to cart, and it wouldn't do it. It just come up and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, this thing's out of stock." And it's like, where do I go from here? I still want to buy it, but it's not available. Kapow Toys hasn't got a wish list facility on it, whereby you can say, right, you haven't got any of this item in stock, but I want one, so if I click on this link or this thing, can you email me as soon as you get them in stock so I can buy one, please? It's slightly frustrating. I missed the boat there because I'm sure they were available last week, and I was sort of holding off until I knew I'd going to put this overtime claim in. So, yeah. Bit annoyed about that, and it was on a special discount price as well. I bet when they get the stock back in, they'll put the price back up. But anyway, that's all I've got to say for now. There's nothing more on my list. So yeah, chewing the fat. Yeah, something I forgot to mention in this video. I've booked my ticket for Rollout Roll Call. Yes, I'm going on the Sunday. That is Sunday the 12th of October. The reason I'm going on the Sunday is because, well, I found out that if you want to go on the Saturday only, it costs you £35. You have to buy a weekend ticket, and you can't just buy a day ticket for the Saturday. The reason being is that if you go on the Saturday, you get access to all these exclusive characters, exclusive, figures that are available, recolours of, convention exclusives from all over. I don't want to spend that sort of money on that. I mean, I'm not that serious a Transformer collector that I want to spend like 70 quid for a repaint of what is effectively a deluxe figure, from a line that I'm not really interested in. So, yeah, so I've bought my ticket for the Sunday. So I'm going down on the Sunday. So if anybody is looking at going and wants to see me, perhaps I'll be knocking around, spending money, buying bots. Hopefully there'll be some people there to talk to this time. So yeah, roll out roll call. See you there.